On today's episode of Random Land, we ride Walt Disney World's newest attraction, the TRON Lightcycle Run roller coaster. We get to go behind the construction walls during the cast member previews before the ride is open to the public, and I give you my complete, unvarnished, honest opinion about this newest ride in the Magic Kingdom. Are you ready, players? Let's get digitized. Well, a very misty good morning from the Magic Kingdom. We're up early today for a completely random yet very special reason. When I landed in Orlando a few days ago, I just happened to look at messages I normally never look at and received a strange invitation. An invitation to ride the Magic Kingdom's newest attraction, the one that's not even open to the general public yet, but is still undergoing cast member previews. I'm not set up in any way to film it. I wasn't prepared even in my wildest dreams to ride it, but if we've got the invitation, I figured, why the heck not? So we're headed into the Magic Kingdom to ride TRON. All right, here we go. Into the world of TRON. It is so weird to be on the other side of this Tomorrowland gift shop again. I now pass under the People Mover at long last to get our first good look at TRON Lightcycle Run. Look at that big tent. I always think it looks sort of like a half-inflated hot air balloon. Wow. This is trippy and surreal. If I look this way, I almost don't know where I am, but look at this beautiful view of Space Mountain. Where the heck are we? What the heck is happening? Check this out. Check the photo pass photographer out, taking sick pics of people with their little TRON discs in front of the TRON sign. That is so cool. Now, my invitation came from Bekki and her family. So big shout out to Bekki for getting us in here today. We love you, Bekki. Look at all of this. This is wild. Any second, that light cycle is gonna come charging through here. There it is. We've been seeing that from a distance all throughout the park, and now finally, we're actually going to get to climb aboard. I've got to reiterate that this is very last minute for me, so I didn't have time to get a GoPro harness or anything like that. I was caught a little bit off guard by the invitation at all, to be honest with you. So we're not gonna be able to get footage on the ride today. That's number one. Number two, it's probably a little bit cooler to ride it at night when this whole thing is all lit up with neon color, and then of course the light cycles have lights on them too that you can't really see out here in the daytime. So I don't know how much of the inside we get to see. I'm pretty spoiler free when it comes to the TRON ride. And actually, if we're going full disclosure, then I have to be perfectly frank. The reason is because I was never a huge fan of the movie TRON. My dad was. He was tech guy in the 80s, right? So he liked TRON, he was into it, he tried to show it to us on VHS, but I always thought that original TRON movie was like the most boring, painstaking movie to get through. What a slog to get through that movie. Just my honest opinion. So I never even bothered to watch the remake, and so when they said they were building a TRON ride in Shanghai, at first all I could think was, what? Why? The world's most boring movie? But I'll tell you what, it may not work for me personally as a film franchise, but as a ride, it looks pretty darn exciting. All right, there's no point talking about it out here anymore. Not when I still haven't even been on the darn thing, right? So it's time for us to enter the queue and get inside of this bad boy. Look at this, halfway up the queue, they've got the test fitting vehicles where you can sit inside, see how you're going to fit in there, and it doubles as a sick photo op right there. So you can see all the people at the cast member previews getting some sick pics with the light cycle. Actually, you know what, real quick, why not join them? What a fun one! I mean, what a TRON one! It's not the most comfortable ride vehicle I've ever sat on, that's for sure. It's just like Flights of Passage here in Animal Kingdom, or like Pony Express at Knott's Berry Farm in California. But hopefully we'll get a chance to talk about that more when we get inside. Okay, because we're with the cast member, we're basically getting lightning lane access here. It does feel so strange to be on a Walt Disney World ride I've never been on before. Uncomfortable.
I don't know what to expect. Users at all times.
Whoa, we're about to be digitized into the grid.
The only reason I knew is because of the head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here it is. Weird. Now, like I said, I'm not allowed to film on this ride, but we will see on this ride. You'll see what I mean in a second. Look at this little room here.
Users, prepare to be digitized into the world of TRON.
Whoa! not expecting that. Oh my gosh, dude! Look at that! This is insane! Whoa! Oh my gosh, you don't have to care about Tron at all to think this is awesome. Whoa! How sick are those ride vehicles? How awesome do they look? Look at all the color, look at the lights. Oh boy, here it goes. Wow. I feel like I can't say anything but wow. Wow. All I can say is wow. All right. The light cycle race is soon to begin. No backpacks, no purses, no hats, no phones. Why don't I own a GoPro harness? All right. This is where I have to leave you all, my friends. At least until it opens to the public and I can get some kind of other camera harness. Look at this, the magic bands give you access to the locker and then only your magic band can unlock it later. All right, see you guys. I'll let you know how it goes. Ow. Look at this, this is the loading area. They do allow you to bring your phone in here. So that's what I'm using now. And you actually stash your phone in the front of the light cycle. Everything else though has got to go in that locker. Oh, look at that up there. Team Orange. Maybe these names are from the movie? I wouldn't know. Who is this fella? I really appreciate that there's not too much story. There's not some big build-up explaining what the grid is or who Tron is or any of those things like that. It's well themed, it's minimalistic, it's impressive looking, and it's simple. Look at that, there's the ride vehicle right there. Pretty weird, you have to lean all the way forward like that on your belly, which is mildly uncomfortable for me because I'm a little bit tall. The seats are kind of better for short people. But look at this, there's the little cubby. You put your phone in right there. So I'll leave my phone in there. I'll even leave it on so you can hear the ride later on. Some of these little trains do have seats where you can sit up and down in the back for people who can't lean forward. Not this one though, this one is all light cycles. Here we go, wish me luck! You know, as great as it's gonna be seeing the ride through this hole in the cubby here, Joseph from Hold My Churro is gonna let us use his ride through footage. Thanks, Joseph! If you like the way this looks, make sure and go give his channel a visit, although you will hear my cubby audio alongside his as well. All right, here we go, light cycle time! Oh, the dismount is a little awkward. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, where's my hat? There it is. Gonna hold in my thoughts till we get outside, but look at this. Luckily, if you forget your number, you can scan your magic band here and it will tell you where your locker is. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say yet. I'm not even sure completely what I think yet. Oh, look at this. Must be a little gift shop they're still working on at the exit. Before I say anything, I want to say it was exciting, it was fun, it was awesome. I want to do the whole, like, my mind is blown, but I have to be honest with you, my mind isn't blown. I've been on roller coasters like that before where you sit forward, and basically what you have for scenery are lots of different screens that you pass by and sort of different screens you pass through, almost like the billboards are big props in Rock and Roller Coaster, just like with more technology. I think if this ride opened up before Guardians of the Galaxy, it would be really blowing minds, you know what I mean? Especially because this ride, the TRON Lightcycle Run roller coaster, is much shorter than Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not a criticism, by the way, that's just a contrast with Guardians. I think that's why it's not so mind-blowing, because I just rode Guardians like for the first couple times. But having said all that, I actually really enjoyed that. I love the look of it, the minimalistic look. I love the fact that it was straight to the point, not too much story. The loading and unloading process was extremely simple and fast, which really surprised me. I thought it was gonna be a lot more awkward. Now, if I had my druthers, my preference, I'd probably rather be sitting up and down like normal and not leaned over on my belly. Kind of hurts my back, but I did enjoy it. I have to admit to you. This part, the part where you're outside and like way high up off the ground, was definitely a little bit unnerving for someone like me that's a little nervous when it comes to heights. Luckily, it doesn't last too long. You can see it shooting out from the loading platform there. It goes up in the sky and then back down over here and then up into the interior portion of the ride, all of which you've just now seen in real time. And look, you're about to see it again. There it goes up the high loopy-loopy, swoopy, and then shoom, up into the building. I'll tell you what though, when you're up there holding on to those handlebars for dear life, it sure feels a lot longer than that. But I would estimate that's a quarter, maybe even a third of the length of the whole ride. Actually, I left my phone on in the little cubby as we were going in there. From start to finish, from loading platform to unloading platform, was pretty much 2 minutes, right on the money, give or take a few seconds. So yeah, it definitely does feel brief. Still though, not a bad addition to Tomorrowland, which needed some more attractions for sure. Super cool to have another thrill ride of any kind in Magic Kingdom. And speaking of Magic Kingdom, I especially like the fact that they expanded Magic Kingdom to construct TRON over here and placed it beyond the railroad tracks, which actually run through a tunnel right here. In fact, look at this. Check it out. You can see where the train enters that TRON tunnel from up here. That is awesome. You can't see the train through the rest of TRON. It's all in this sort of closed off tunnels. Over here, you can just barely sort of make out the little windows in the tunnel. I still think that was kind of a weird thing. Like, why not make it more of a TRON tunnel, or at least like two-way glass or something so it could see all of this? Who knows? It's a pretty darn bangarang view of Fantasyland from up here, though, I must admit. You never really saw that lake that's backstage from Magic Kingdom before. What the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, anyway, I love that they purpose-built this. It's a brand new attraction. There's nothing for old school Magic Kingdom fans to complain about because they didn't have to get rid of any old rides to build this one. And I don't know, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I like how it's just one ride. It fits right in here in Tomorrowland. They didn't try to build like a whole land based on TRON. I think it makes more sense for lands to be on a theme than based around one intellectual property or one movie, you know? I like how it almost looks like just a different era of Tomorrowland, but it blends in. Well, okay, maybe not as much from the outside, since you can still see it from parts of Fantasyland and stuff like that, but I'm sure when the trees grow up, it'll hide it from the rest of the park. I just mean that when you're standing out here and you glance out into Tomorrowland, it looks like it belongs. It doesn't look as jarringly out of place as I kind of thought that it would. Anyway, as for the ride itself, mainly, yeah, my one criticism is just, you know, the seat type. It's just that the length of it isn't very long, so if you waited in line for a long time, you might be slightly disappointed that it's sort of standard roller coaster, 1-2 minutes long type of thing. But I think especially with a fast pass or a lightning lane, it'll definitely be worth your time, worth checking out. It's a nice, solid addition to the Magic Kingdom, and you really cannot beat those views of Space Mountain. You don't have that good of a view of Space Mountain from in front of Space Mountain. Oh yeah, I forgot, they did shave off a little bit of Autopia, or what's it called here, Speedway track, to make room for the construction of TRON. But other than that, they didn't have to take out anything old to make way for what's new, and that has to be my favorite part. I love when they find a clever way of expanding or including something new in one of your favorite parks without destroying any of the older things that you loved and are nostalgic for. So yeah, nice solid addition, and if for some reason you just happen to hate TRON, I guess you could just go about your day in Magic Kingdom and completely ignore it. I kinda, not gonna lie, kinda wanna watch the TRON remake or the sequel, you know, the more modern TRON now, just to see. I'm scared though, I'm a little bit scared. I still have nightmares about watching Tron as a child. Never-ending VHS Tron! Oh no, I just realized, since I enjoy the ride, I can't say I'm not a Tron fan anymore. I do like some kind of Tron thing. No! I actually liked it! What's happening to me? I'm being digitized! All right, our preview window is gonna end here pretty soon, but there's one other thing I wanna say. I really appreciate that there are outside elements of this ride that are in motion, like the People Mover, like the rocket still being up on top of the People Mover platform. With those things and the Tomorrowland Speedway putting around underneath, there was already so much motion in Tomorrowland, just like there was in Walt Disney's final Disneyland version of Tomorrowland. And so in that sense, the ride feels very classic Tomorrowland to me. I'm really surprised, but I like it. I can't help it. I like it. It's good. And you know I would tell you the truth because, look it, I was invited by a cast member, not the company. I have no incentive to snow you at all. Wow, what a rush. And Bekki asked, and we were actually able to ride it 2 times. They were letting the cast members go twice, but they hadn't got really busy in here yet. So it's doubly confirmed. I liked it. What else can I say? But I liked it. Plus, like I said, the views of Space Mountain are unbeatable, and anytime you can add new, fresh, clean bathrooms to Disney World, I am all for it. All right, well, I'd love to keep talking about Tron because I'd love to just stay in here all day, but I don't think that's allowed, so I'm gonna move on to other parts of the Magic Kingdom. But before we part ways, I guess we should maybe ride something else together, huh? Might as well make the most of it. Okay, well, anyways, they let us into this area this morning with these Tron wristbands, and they didn't even scan our Magic Band. So I believe now to do anything else in Magic Kingdom, we've actually got to walk all the way out to the front gate and then scan back in the proper way. So while I go take care of that, you guys hang out right here, and I'll be right back. So you guys just hang out here for a minute, and we'll meet up with you in a second. Well, I'm all checked back in. Got my pass scanned. I'm slightly more hydrated than I was for a little while there. It's doggone awful warm out here. Powerful warm. Too warm for coffee. Perfect weather though for a water ride. Yeah. No water ride at the moment, but look at this.
Hello! It's time to celebrate!
Whoa, Mickey was going at it pretty hard there. Did you see that? That guy knows how to rock out. Crazy. All right, well, if we can't get wet anymore, we can at least still get wild. Big Thunder was down for a good long while today, so look at this. There's almost no line. Well, relatively speaking. And for once, a very short lightning lane line also. Ah, yes, the old classic. You'd think I would have got enough when I rode this thing like 10 times in a row at the last late night event we filmed. If you missed that one, you missed a daisy. Okay, into the mine train we go. Here we go. Keep your eyes peeled. It all goes by so fast, it's hard to appreciate just how many details there actually are in this ride in terms of props and everything. And just how many antelopes, or whatever they are, watch out for the big old sheep. Upgrades and refurbs, what they really need here at Magic Kingdom is a lift they have in Disneyland Paris with the dynamite and the fire explosion. Disney! if you guys have ever seen them, but I've actually filmed quite a lot of Random Land episodes in the Old West, including some near Bryce Canyon National Park, such as the much lesser known Red Canyon that actually has the real live Big Thunder Mountain sitting right out there. In actuality, if you find one of these crazy formations out in the Old West, it's either some kind of chimney rock or a hoodoo. Not technically a mountain. But what I was gonna say is they did a great job designing the rock work here for Big Thunder, because it really looks like they just stole a bunch of rocks from Utah and plopped them down here in Florida, complete with the red dirt and everything. I can almost feel my foot crunching into that dirt right there. That's how good they've kind of got the visual texture. Anyway, this was a rather unusual adventure for us today. They're normally longer, more crazy. Especially lately, we've been going all out on the rides at Disney World, Disneyland, Disneyland Paris. But I think I'm gonna have to call it for today. You see, this was actually my second weird, crazy invitation in 24 hours. Last night, I was randomly invited to go see Deep Purple, so I was like, okay, sure. We ended up sitting front row center, like inches away from that band, which is pretty crazy. Never seen Deep Purple before. Then I was up pretty early for the TRON experience, which was pretty darn surreal. So I think it's finally time for me to catch up on some sleep. I've been jumping time zones and continents and coasts on airplanes for 5 planes in 5 weeks. It'll be 6 planes in 6 weeks in just 2 or 3 more days. Don't worry, we're not quite done with Disney World yet. I feel so weird and weak tapping out early. I normally never tap out of a Magic Kingdom day. But then again, this was no ordinary day, was it? Like I said, more adventures are on the way, and there's already been another Disney World adventure on the other channel. So go check out the Sometimes vlog and the other links in the description. Check out some of the other recent Random Land episodes we've been filming, because they are crazy, and you'll have done your duty. You can go home and sleep well. Where's Big Al? Huh? Oh, Big Al souvenirs? Oh, good one. Oh, I'm so thirsty. If only there was something to drink. Something to drink. Wait a minute. Rum? Oh, this is somebody's rum. They sleep here. I thought it said rum. No, it says rum. That's what I said, you fool. Okay, normally this is the part after the episode, after the credits roll, when we filmed a normal adventure. You see all the funny stuff that happened. This time, not that much funny business happened. I'm tired. I'm too tired to be funny, okay? I'm not just a monkey. I can't just perform on command. Dance, monkey, dance. I have thoughts and feelings, too. I'm a person, and my name is Anakin. No more funny business. No more funny business, ever. Nothing funny is ever allowed to happen. You gotta grow up, be sophisticated, do adult things, do things that adults do. Only adults do adult things, and only kids do kid-like. Bubbles! Man, you've been standing out here all day in this heat? How do you do it?
Well, I don't know.
But you're a horse, an animal. Animals shouldn't be left out in the sun all day.
I'm not a horse. I'm a pole.
Oh, yeah. Sous le ciel de Paris envolé en son chant. Hélène d'aujourd'hui dans les courants garçons.
Users, prepare to be digitized into the world of TRON.